Hello, everybody. Mark here at Gilbo Realty. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another show today. It is Friday, October 24th. Weekend is here. Happy hour is a few hours away. Hope everybody's preparing for the weekend to enjoy themselves. I hope. We're going to cover a couple things today. We're going to cover upgrading your house. What's a potentially good investment to do? We'll cover that. I got a question here submitted to me this week by email, and I'm going to put it on this program because I think it's really important. People want to know, what is it if I do this to my house? Am I going to get a return on it, or am I just throwing money away? That's a good question. It's very important to learn that. What we're going to review today on homes is homes below $215 a square foot, 220. And you'd be surprised, some of these homes are a couple years old. They're already down below 215, near $200 a square foot, cheaper than new builds with updates. So I'll show you those today. We're going to go through that. Got that search ready to go, squared away. But if you haven't been to our website, and let me squeeze over here to that, this is it. Go to the Villages tab, go to Buy a Home, go to the Fast Home Search. It's all broken down for you by search, type of search, whether it's water view, golf course view, pool view. Okay, go to download our map. It's a way for you to point and click on each individual village within the villages and pull up the inventory on our website. Makes your life really easy. Plus, it helps you get to know how big the villages is. Open houses, I will be putting them back up here tomorrow morning for this weekend. Lifestyle visit. If you're going to do a lifestyle visit, please let us know. We'll be happy to meet up with you. Sit down with you, show you houses. You got to let us know, though, so we can add you to our calendar. We're getting near the busy season, so the earlier you can let us know about that, the better, please. If you use our lifestyle visit program, come down here. Let's say you spend $600 on the villages lifestyle visit, and you buy a home through us on the MLS. We will give you that money back in a buyer credit rate off our commission just for buying a home through us. Do you need a VLS agent? No, you don't. We can show you VLS homes, existing VLS homes. Unless you're looking at the new builds, you have to use a VLS agent. That's just the way the builder does it. And new build costs, if you do go with a new build, even though they look cheaper on paper, even though they're really not right now, the new build cost sheet will tell you what everything's going to cost when you get done upgrading. Got to remember, they're not going to come with appliances, gutters. There's a bunch of stuff they're not going to come with. You're going to have to buy furniture. You're not going to bring all your furniture from where you're at, especially if you're several states away. It'll cost you a small fortune to bring all your furniture by the time you're done, right? And all those bonds down there in those new builds are huge, huge bonds, 45 plus on designers. And then you're, 4 feet away from your neighbor, and the lots are tiny. Nothing wrong with buying new, but just be careful. There's no landscaping you have to put it in. There's no appliances, there's no gutters, there's no water systems, there's no turnkey furniture already in the house that you can find in existing, and probably get them some furniture too, and a golf cart potentially. So the only time you really need a VLS agent is if you're going to show or want to see new builds. So just check about if you're looking at other Florida 55 nearby neighborhoods, go here to this tab. I have broken out by Ocala, Leesburg right outside, and Lady Lake. Okay, feel free to go to those tabs and look at some of these areas. If you go to Ocala, look at Del Webb Stone Creek. They have some new builds going in up there, and we can show those new builds. The builder up there loves us. They'll be happy to have us accompany our client to go up there to show them new builds. Okay, so we can show you properties in these areas as well. But let's get going. I have 3 homes for you here today. And what I did, this search is broken down by square foot. And what I did is I did 220 per square foot or less. What I came up with is actually quite surprising because, 220 square foot or less a year ago, I would be lucky to find one. If it did find one or two, they needed a ton of work and they weren't worth it. Not the case anymore. I'm finding homes below that 220 per square foot that are a couple years old. New builds. Not even old, not even used. They look empty and brand new. So think about this. The days of buying a home, at least in the villages and other areas in Florida and other states, not just Florida, folks. Everybody likes to pick on Florida. The days of buying a house, holding on to it for 6 months, and then turning around and selling it for a profit are over. And I've been saying that for a while. But prices are correcting, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing for buyers. Kind of stinks for sellers if you miss the peak of the real estate market. But the good thing about Florida is that they're still building homes, which should lower the prices of these properties for people wanting to move to the state. Where you go to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, it's hard to find a new home that's not what? 600K plus, because all they want to do up there in those areas are build McMansions. At least in the villages, you can find something reasonable, new build, or existing homes. And again, Florida just keeps building. which keeps prices in check on real estate. That is a good thing if you're looking to move to Florida or buy a home in Florida. But let's look at a question that submitted to me by email, and then I think it relates to everybody who buys a home, whether you own one now or want to buy one in the future. And let's discuss it and go from there. All right, it says, good afternoon. I currently have an Avondale Courtyard villa. I love that model. I'm considering adding a pool to the backyard. Can you give me an estimate of what I would expect to see in increased value when or if we decide to sell? Trying to decide if it is worth the investment. Well, number one, never consider upgrades or repairs in your house as an investment. That's probably a good way to look at it, especially in today's market. Now, some of these people, like let's say you bought a house 2020, 2021, right before COVID kicked in 2021, all the house prices skyrocketed, right? Because people wanted to get out of their states. They could make some money because, look, they bought a house for 279, they could sell it in 2022 for 400. So if they threw a pool in it, it was even better. So if you did upgrades, if you bought your house before 2021, you did upgrades, you made out. But now it's a different world. Okay, if you throw a pool in, let's say you spend 125 to 200 grand on a pool, depending what you do to it and how unique it gets, you're probably not going to get your money back. You will get maybe dollar for dollar at best, hopefully. Okay, so if you throw 200 grand in, you're going to get 200 grand back, hopefully. The good thing about pools, I think they will help you sell your house faster because there are less of them out there. They're in potentially more demand from people. And the Villages doesn't build a ton of houses with pools, even though you can have it done. So I think that's probably a good way for you to look at it. I would look at it as being, if I need to sell my house, will this upgrade help me sell my house faster? Not so much will I be making money on it as an investment. I just think in today's world where the real estate values have been, have a ton of pressure on them in Florida, I think if you throw 200 grand in a pool into your Avondale model, I don't think you're going to get that 200K back. That's my opinion. Okay. Because it really is market dependent, whether you throw a pool in there or not. But I do believe that if you have an Avondale model and you do the pool right, and it's in a good area near shopping, whatever, I do think your home will sell faster. Doesn't mean you're going to get more money for it. You might get a little bit, and you may not get your 200 grand back, but it will help you sell your home because it's unique. If you have to try to find an Avondale with a pool, it's probably, I could count them on one hand. If you're going to throw a ton of updates into your house, just remember you may not get dollar for dollar. Throw a kitchen in, you might get dollar for dollar. Throw some flooring in, you might get 75 cents or 50 cents per dollar. Throw gutters on, those are cheap. I mean, you could throw gutters on a whole house with downspouts for, 1,200, 1,500 bucks, depending on the size of your property. Those typically will be dollar for dollar, maybe a little bit less. So there's not a huge amount of updates anymore in a house, especially in today's world where doing some updates costs a lot of money. Unless you can find somebody who does things really cheap, but they're good. Like you don't want to go cheap and then have them stink at repairs. That's like the worst kind of upgrade because it just costs you money down the road. But if you can find someone who's reasonable on price when it comes to upgrading your home for you, yeah, you can make some money there. But in reality, you really make your money on a house when you buy it, right? We all know that. So if you bought your house and you overpaid, you bought it in 2022 and you overpaid compared to today's pricing on homes, okay, where I'm going to show you a few of these today, then, if you throw a pool in it, it just might add to the pain when you go to sell it. So be very careful what you're throwing for upgrades. But what I would say and what I told this gentleman is say, look, I would build the pool to enjoy it. Don't build the pool thinking it's an investment. It is not. Build the pool to enjoy it, have fun, and maybe help you sell the house faster if you ever need to sell that property. That's the best way I know to look at it. Okay, so what I did, I created a search here. And this search is based on, obviously, basic beds, baths. But I did here, when I typed in the Villages, go in here, I typed in 220 per square foot or less. The max is 220 per square foot on a house, single family home, active, for sale, and property type. They're all single family home in the Villages, so they're not going to change anything. All right, so, and what it did at a 220 or less per square foot, it actually pulled up some properties south of 44 and even in that middle sixes that are priced below that 220 per square foot. Now, I will tell you, last year you couldn't find a house at 220 a square foot unless it needed a ton of work. Unless it needed a ton of work, then you could find a house. A lot of homes last year were sitting at 280, 285, maybe 290 a square foot without a pool, water view, stuff like that, okay? That's changed. Most of the homes are getting down there 250 a square foot right now. So as I pulled this up last year, you were lucky to find maybe a couple homes on this map, but now you're finding a ton more properties below that 220. So again, that's just another thing that tells me that the property values in the villages are dropping. They may be dropping slower than other areas around the villages, but not Ocala though. Ocala's going up a little bit in value. But at the same time, as you can see, there's a lot more on the map than there was last year. Again, I was lucky to find two on the map last year. So that tells me properties are still continuing to drop. Maybe demand has waned in some of these areas. In the northern sections, it looked like there's obviously a ton more homes. But I found 91 homes right here, 91 homes below $220 per square foot. And some of them are a couple years old right here. So just give you a general idea what my search was like. So let's go to the first house and I'll give my critique of it in the sense of what it would have been last year if they tried to sell this house. Okay, let's go to the first one. So 7260 Draper Ave. It's 259. Now this is 1280 square foot. It's a pretty house. I love the color. Shutters are nice, beautiful. They've done some landscaping on it too. It's well maintained. Empty by the looks of it. It's got basic countertops, but it's got gas stove. Appliances are fine, right? But 1,300 square foot. Last year, this house, this would have been 300, 310. So right now, sitting at 259. I think you'd have a hard time trying to find this house in new builds at 259. It'd be close without any kind of upgrades. But if you look here, it's in the village of Lake Denham, Emerald Patio Villa. I like the Emerald. It's built in 23 minutes to the golf cart. It's nice near Sawgrass Entertainment Restaurant. It's not too far from Eastport. You can go out the back way of the villages, head down 470. It's about 10 minutes shot. But these are not bad homes. I'll show you where it's located. It's down here around the bend, and you get out the back end over here, and you can head down this 470 over here to Eastport. But again, there's no golf cart path here yet. I don't know if there is ever going to be. If you want to get there by golf cart, you got to go all the way back up here, all the way back down. Okay, so that's one of the bad area things about Dabney and Denham at the moment, but I think they're going to change some of that, which may help this area out. But sitting at 259, let's look at some photos and see what you think. So I like this house. I love the look of it. I like this model because it has the screened in lanai behind the golf cart garage. I like the fact that it has a golf cart garage and it also has a one car garage, but this one car garage is actually pretty deep. It's actually not too bad. But almost 1,300 square foot. I like the layout. You have this big living room, kitchen area with a big island. You should have your laundry right here. This should be a pantry. Obviously, that is the slider that goes to your lanai behind the golf cart garage, and that is the door to the golf cart garage. They've updated the fans, obviously, in this house, which is nice. I love these layouts. Now, if I was going to buy a patio villa, it would probably be this one or like a topaz. That's me. Everybody has their different opinions. I just like this model with that lanai behind the golf cart garage. You still have some privacy. Yeah, so there's your laundry, basic countertops. Nice. I like the look of the house. It's not huge, but it's, again, 1,300 square foot. If you're not going to be here full time, or if you're coming from a place where, you had this 2,500 square foot house, you don't want all this maintenance, these houses are great. Just remember, Northerners, there's no basements in these homes down here. Okay? No basements. That's your front door entry. Nice. Let's see if we can get to the back. Too many photos. This is not a very big space, guys. Come on. Again, agents. Control your photographer, please. Just because look at this. We're still haven't got back to the bedroom. We had 20 pictures of the living room. So the furnace in this one is not in the garage. It's actually in the hallway, which is okay with me. I don't mind that. Here's a shared bath. So it's two baths in this. That's that cheapo surround. I don't know why the villages were using that. They got rid of it because it is cheap. It's like the cheapest you could find. All right. Here's the second bedroom, I'm assuming, not the master. Oh, it is a master. Okay, so you got carpet in here, walks into this. Let's see how big the closet is in here. Dual sinks, toilet and a shower over there, which I like. It's a walk-in. There you go. Again, We'll see price per square foot. This is priced pretty good. So I like this. I like the big closet. It's nice. Here's the other bedroom. Love it. Very nice. Here's the one car garage. It's pretty deep. You can actually fit a car plus golf cart garage in here, believe it or not. You have plenty of space for storage too if you want to add some cabinets. There's plenty of space in the back around the sides. Nice. Here's a golf cart area. Now, they put the sink here in the golf cart garage, which is fine. Just don't hit it with your cart when you pull in there, folks. The good thing is you have a fence behind you. You got some privacy back here, which is nice. Concrete pad on the side, some updated landscaping. Not too bad. You got some room. The newer ones, boy, this wall is like right here. You got like barely enough room to fit a riding lawnmower behind here down there in Well Point. It's insane how close this wall is to these houses. That's how tight they become in some of these newer areas. I don't know what the Villages is thinking, but at least you got some room here. Yeah, I like this house. It's nice. So 7260 Draper Ave, 259. It's sitting at 202 a square foot. This is cheaper than new builds, folks. Go to new builds, pull up, what is this model again? The Emerald Patio model, if they have it, or something like this with the golf cart garage up front with a lanai in the back. 259. Go try to find that in the new builds at this price. Might have a hard time finding that. Okay. So this is barely even lived in. It's beautiful, right? And I like the color of this house. It's nice. I like the fence behind it. You have a little bit of privacy back there. You could maybe do something with that backyard. So think about this one again, 7260 Draper Ave. I just like the house. I think it's pretty, but sitting at 202 a square foot, it might be worth a look. Built in 2023. All right, the next one is 3154 Merritt Lane, backing up to Woods by the looks of it. But this is an 1,828 square foot courtyard, fenced yard, three beds, two bath, 390 right now, 390,000 right now, sitting at 213 a square foot. Again, go down to Well Point or Oak Hollow. Go try to find an 1,800 square foot courtyard right now. You're not going to find one at 390. The Charlotte models, 1,500 square foot courtyards are 383 right now. Okay. This is down to the new build Charlotte models, and it has 300 and probably 50 square foot more space. And you have a better yard. You're backed up to woods behind it. Think about this house. This is a nice house for this price for 213. Built in 17. It's in the village of Fenny, which I love. Love that area. Fenny Grill's over there. You got beautiful golf courses in there. It's gorgeous. A lot of water over there in that area as you're driving by, taking the golf cart out, walking. A lot of trails. It's pretty. So I'll show you where it is on a map. So here's Magnolia Plaza. There's Marsh Bend. There's Warm Springs. You're over here in the back. It's beautiful. So let's look at some photos on this one and see what we got. Pretty house. Love it. Two-car garage. Nice little front entry. You can screen this into in the front if you wanted. Backed up the woods. That's nice. Now this person planted like a lot of small plants. Again, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I love the concrete pad going all the way around. It's pretty. I love the backsplash, granite countertops, gas stove, nice cabinets, big kitchen. I don't care for that color, but you can always paint it. This looks somewhat staged, I think. We'll find out. It's nice. So what you have in this model, you see this wall's pushed out. Typically in the Charlotte model, the wall ends right here with this wall. So it goes straight down all the way the same depth. Because this is a bigger model, 1,800 something square foot, you have this extra space, which takes that dining room table out of your living room. You go into some of these Durham, Charlotte model courtyards, the dining room is sitting right here in this picture, and you're so close to each other. So it kind of looks cramped in some of these. Here's the main bed. Love it. Here's another bed. Looks like another bed, I think. This is all staged, by the way. So granite countertops in the master bath, dual sink, walk-in shower. Love it. Very nice. Like the tile, it's fine. There you go. Here's the shower for the master, or I'm sorry, the closet for the master. Here's a laundry room. Again, new builds, you don't get those appliances. So here it is. You got a pretty good sized yard here. I mean, you could do something of your own thing back here with the landscaping. I mean, someone can come in there and clean up that backyard with all those plants in a matter of a couple hours and do something cool. It might have enough space here for a pool, at least a small one. Or you could expand this pad and maybe add a bird cage over top of it. That's an option. Okay. There you go. Roof looks great. This backyard's bigger than you think. Nobody right behind you on the other side of the fence, which I love. So you have a ton of privacy up here. I like this house. So 3154 Merritt Lane, 390,000, 1828 square foot. And this is a nice house. It's beautiful. It's sitting at $213 a square foot. This is cheaper than new builds. Like I said, go check out the courtyards in the new builds, and they're more expensive than this with 300 something square foot less. It's built in 2017. It's in a village of Fenny, which is an absolutely stunning, beautiful area. I think this house is priced right. So think about this one, 3154 Merritt Lane. All right, so we have another one of these, right? Single car. It's a patio villa with a golf cart garage in the front and the lanai behind it. This one's sitting at 274.9, but it's a little bit bigger than the last one. I think the last one was about 20 square foot less. Not a huge amount, but it is a little bit bigger. Right, sitting at 211 per square foot. Like I said, man, these have come down quite a bit on price. And again, they are cheaper than new builds. 2023 build, patio villa in the village of Dabney. It's priced to sell, and it really is. 2-2 Moonstone patio villa. It's beautiful. Beautiful area to walk in. As you see here, down below. Again, you can go out the back way, head down 470 over to Eastport, or you can head up this way to Sawgrass, see some entertainment, get a meal. And again, if you want to take a golf cart to Eastport, you got to go this way and south. They do not have a way over here yet. Maybe they will at some point, but that's not happening at the moment. So you have to go this north and then south to get over there by golf cart. Or you can drive with your car out the back entrance, take 470 over to Eastport. That's about 10 minutes. But let's look at some photos on this one. Again, it's sitting at $211 per square foot. 839 Conroe Street, two beds, two bath, 1300. Let's see some photos. Vinyl siding, I'm fine with it. Basic landscaping, I'm fine with it. Again, you got that one car garage, which is pretty big. You could fit a bunch of stuff in there. You could fit your car plus golf cart garage in there if you wanted to. Golf cart, I mean. A lot of people, what they do is they'll put their car and golf cart in here. Over here, this storage. This is all storage. These are very practical, in my opinion. There you go. Little private lanai. I love it. Nice. Now, my cat would like that because she likes her privacy on the lanai. If it's too busy, she gets a little skittish. Love the flooring, vinyl siding. Beautiful when you walk in. Laundry room's right off that front door. I love it. Here's the shared bath with a shower pick. Nice. Here's bedroom number one with carpet. Looks brand new. Doesn't even look used. Well, now this one I like because it has the pushed out kitchen too. This is a really, really big kitchen for this price. A ton of storage in here, a little small island in the middle, which I'm completely happy with. You can also put bar stools over here on this side as well. Love it. Look at all this. Man, look at the storage in this thing. That's awesome. Very good. Gas stove. I know a lot of people want that. They don't want electric. There you go. Big island. Now you go down there. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven lights, eight lights in the ceiling. Go to the newer sections. Go look up this model of the patio villas. You're lucky to get five in here. Just to let you know that. The lighting. So there's the village is cut back and the new builds very subtle ways. Very subtle. If you don't look at houses all the time, you're not going to notice them. Okay. So you got this big area, which I'm fine with. They have a little eating area right here. You could put a table, slide it to go out the back or the side of the yard, which is fine. Let's see if we can get out of this living room. Again, this is only a 1,300 square foot house, folks. We do not need all these photos, agents. Just because you paid for them doesn't mean you have to put them up. So you got a little bit of stainage over here in the carpet. Maybe they'll come out. I mean, it's been vacuumed, but you can see the stain there. The one thing about photos, they show carpet stains. Okay. So we can get to the master bath, which I'm trying to get into. So you have two, then you have a closet right here, pocket door toilet, which I love. It's separated out from the shower. So I like this one, even though it's 20 grand more than the last one we looked at, the first house in this video. I like this layout of the master better because the toilet is separated out from the shower. And the last one, the shower and the toilet were in the same door. I don't like that. There we go. And you can tear this out and put tile in here. Really simple, folks. Really simple. Okay, so you have the sink in the garage. Love it. Okay, nice. Roof looks good. Again, you have that fence behind this house for privacy. Nice. So at least, again, you go to some of these newer sections, go down Marsh Bend. You can see the newer patio villas being built on the left near that huge power grid station. Look at how close those houses are to this wall. They're like 3 foot away from the wall. There's no, you look out your window, you just see a wall. That's how close they are. It's ridiculous. But if you keep buying them, the villages will keep building them like that. So just keep that in mind. It's your fault. You got big. I mean, this house would be another 7, 8 foot closer to this wall down there in Well Point or Oak Hollow. Guaranteed. Yeah, I like it. Too many photos though, but I like it. Let's see what the stats are. So 839 Conroe Street, two beds, two bath, 1,300 square foot, 274.9. Now these were going about 315, 320, like 6 months ago. Okay, just let you know that they were going at that price 6 months ago. That's how much they've come down. This thing's not even lived in. Built in 2023. 199 a month amenity fee, which is that 2388 fee here. It says here annual tax amount's 5763, but if this is not your homestead home, you're gonna, like any city, you're gonna pay a little bit higher in taxes. If you're homesteaded, you'll get a discount on taxes. But it's a rare 2-2 moonstone patio villa in the villages of Dabney, priced to sell. And I think it is. It's a nice house. It's a good area. A lot of walking trails in here. One thing I do like about Denham and Dabney area and Newell is there's a ton of walking trails. I wish they would do the walking trails in this area down in Eastport, because Eastport, it's a 2.5 foot sidewalk. It's insane for walking. So this is much prettier to walk in, take your animal out for a walk. There's a ton of trails here. So just think about that in these areas. I know I hop in these areas a little bit, but after being walking down in Eastport, I would take this area to walk in with my animal all day long over the newer sections. Okay, but sitting here, 839 Conroe, two beds, two bath, 1,300, 211 a square foot. So again, if you haven't been to our website, go here, go to the Villages tab, buy a home. I have it all broken down for you. If you're going to sell a home in the Villages, trust me, give me a call. Look, we're not here to overprice listings. That's not what we do. But I will tell you where your home is probably going to sell at within a few $1,000s. We can get it down to a pretty good science. But our program is second to none. We take beautiful pictures, great photos. We'll promote it on our YouTube channel. We'll promote it on our Facebook channel, and our X channel, and our Rumble channel as well. So feel free to reach out to us about that if you plan on listing your home. Activity and fun, feel free to go here and check it out. I have it all broken down for you in the villages. Learn how to drive in the villages before you kill someone or yourself. I have a tab here for you just for the golf cart rules, the tunnels, and how to get around the roundabouts and stuff like that. Please do it right. A couple people almost hit me last week, and you could tell they were new because they didn't know how to use the roundabouts. It's important you learn how to use that stuff. Property research. Feel free to go on there. I have it all broken down for you. Check out our Facebook page, our Rumble page, and on X. Join us on X. I post a lot of properties over there that I think are pretty good deals at the moment. And so if you're on those channels or our Facebook page, then you're going to get like the up-to-date things, the hot deals that we have posted. So everybody have a rocking day. If you have any questions, I am always available. Reach me on my cell phone. If I don't pick up, leave me a message. I will call you back or send me a text or an email. And everybody have a rocking day, and I'll talk to you soon.